Hello and welcome to today's Business Spotlight. Today, my guest is Eduardo Gonzaga, who is from Levin Group, Levin Group.com. Eduardo, you're very welcome.
Thank you, Tom.
So tell us on this kind of dullish day today, what do you do and how long have you been doing it?
So I work with accommodation services for international students. We've been doing that since 2018. I was a language student myself. I moved to Ireland in 2013, and I saw a lack of services niche to this particular market. So I try to aim to find solutions for businesses and people that rely on this. So we today offer houses for people from Brazil, Mexico, Mongolia, China, many countries around the world that they come to Ireland to study for a period of time, and they need a place that they can rely, So this is the business we have now.
So that's a big challenge facing a lot of companies today when they're hiring from abroad. To try and find accommodation for people coming over. So it sounds like a really interesting market.
Yeah, it is. This is why I decided to do something about it, because when you think about like the access for the rental market, like there is like a young professionals, all with good references, and the international students, they come with sometimes good support, financial support, references from their country, but they have nothing here to offer when they arrive. So having a business that would understand that and would offer something to them was my idea, basically.
So you find them the accommodation, and is this accommodation you own or have or lease, or what's your model?
We have both. We have leased properties for long-term stay. So where the students, they share common areas, and then also we have hostel in Ireland that we provide a short-term stay. So when they arrive for the first 2-3 weeks, they don't know what neighborhood they want to live because of work, because of school. So we recommend them to get something shorter where they understand the country and make connections, because they're going to live with people that they probably never met before. So we create this kind of community, so then they can live together for 6, 7, 8 months, sometimes a bit longer. And now we expanded to Barcelona. We want to have the same model there, so we open a hostel in Barcelona. And we have a guest house in Portugal, Faro. So when people are sick of the weather in Ireland, we say, take a week in Portugal, enjoy the weather there.
That sounds lovely. So you offer them free holidays as well. Well, not free, but you offer them holidays. That sounds excellent. So tell me, you're in business 6 years now, so I'm sure it's been a really easy journey so far.
Yeah. We didn't have COVID in the middle, so no challenges at all.
Yeah, I can tell that. So what do you do as regards time? Do you find that you're time poor or time rich?
Regarding time, it's everything connected to when you enjoy what you're doing, then you don't think about time. I think the first thing when you do about having a business is people think, I'm gonna control my own time. It's true, but you don't work less. You are more available. You need to work more, and you deliver more until you build people that you can rely on and work with you. So I like the way I manage my time now.
Good.
But yeah, it's not easy.
Do you have a team that support you in the background?
Yeah, and today we have 150 people employed in our business.
Wow.
So yeah, I work directly with 7 managers. So my team there are 7 managers. We deal weekly with everything. So
fantastic. So that's good. A good team. So that brings us to the next point. What do you look for when you're hiring people? What would be the main attributes you would look for?
It's funny. In this last 6 years, I did many changes about this decision and about the biggest quality. I started always looking for hunger, people that want to become something, want to build something. But then when you start growing, you change a little bit and think I might need someone with more knowledge. But now I'm back to my final answer. I think hunger is the main quality that I look, because I recently met other entrepreneurs and we were exchanging about this, and some of them told me all the other skills you can teach them, but hunger you can't.
I like that.
If they don't have this willingness to do something, to grow, you cannot teach them to them. So when a person comes to me and say like, I really want to change, I prefer to invest them on teaching everything else, because I know that he's gonna always fight for something, you know. So for me, this is the biggest quality.
That's a big payday every Friday. Yeah, interesting challenge. So tell me, for you yourself, Eduardo, what have been your biggest learning since you became an employer of people? What's the biggest thing you've learned yourself?
Well, I think we constantly learn something. The first lesson I had to have was, when you want to grow a business, you need to trust on people, and you cannot have everything on your own way. You need to trust them. You need to rely on them. They're gonna do mistakes. They're gonna learn from these mistakes, and you need to try to minimize the mistake so the business are not affected. But the more you try to avoid this process, the longer it takes to the company grow.
Yes.
So it's a challenge, because you can see that you can have a better decision and a better action, but you know that you have to trust your team and develop them. So this was really hard for me at the beginning, because when you start a small company, I started myself the business with 2 partners, but mainly me working. I want to do everything on my own, on my way. And then when you start hiring people and they don't do what you want, you get upset. And this was the first lesson. So work with people, I think, is what you need to learn constantly. Business is people to people, is made by people. So people is the lesson, you know.
Keep it human. Keep it human.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
exactly.
So tell me, what does the future look like in your industry for the next, say, 5 years?
Like, the accommodation is still a challenge because of Ireland. It has its own challenge. The international market, it's a bit stable right now, not growing. There is some shifts on markets, like some markets are getting stronger. Some markets, when I say markets, I say countries, because we work with different countries. So this is something positive for us. When a market's not going well, we're trying to find another one that is willing to have this opportunity. And so I see our business growing for the next 5 years. And there are some external challenges, like now with the costs and everything, that we're trying to face it. I think we're passing through a survivor moment again. We need to keep things running, not like make efficient more than growing. So, but I think in 5 years, the business is going to keep growing.
Fantastic. So consolidation, we always need to look at consolidation every now and then to quick check where we are. But if we're not growing, we're dying. It's very simple.
Exactly. There is no stability for businesses.
I like that. So tell me, for some of the potentially younger entrepreneurs amongst us listening to this, what advice would you give to somebody starting off a business as to some of the things they should consider as they as they start building their business and their team?
You have to do it. Like I know that the theory and knowledge and planning, it's really important. It can bring you somewhere, but sometimes we put too much effort on this, and we are not able to see what is happening around us, because we're not testing. We're not actually doing anything. We're just planning. We're just like studying. So a lot of people, when they think about business, they want to start perfectly. And I think this is the biggest mistake. It's never perfect.
Really? You mean no failure?
you always like do something that you thought would be good, and then you get a feedback from that, and then you need to adapt. So you need to be you have like to have open eyes to have the ability to change. I've been doing like a mentorship with 2 Brazilian entrepreneurs, really successful ones, and they have like a say, like, you have to make decisions that are reversible. So if you can do and come back, do it. If you can do and it's going to take a lot of money, or you cannot come back, don't do it. So yeah, when people are planning, they're investing money, they invest time, and they're not doing anything. So what happened when you launch and people don't like it, you know? So you need to do this, but you have to put your hands on and start the business, you know?
Excellent.
So if you're starting, this is my advice for you.
So start the business. So if you went back and looked at your own business, what would you do anything differently? with the knowledge that you've gleaned so
This
far?
is yeah. I would probably take less time to understand about people. Like I would have better decisions about that. Like now I learned more how to deal
Yeah.
with this. I'm constantly learning, but probably I would take less time and trust more like earlier. But I think it's hard to answer these questions. I think we become what we are based on what happened to us, the mistakes I did, and it's where we learned.
But you keep
So
on improving, and you make a mistake, you learn more, and you learn from your
exactly.
failures. And I think that's the bottom line, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. We only
Yeah,
grow when you fail. This is the truth. This is
correct.
another advice I want to give. When everything's going well, be careful because some is gonna change and you're not prepared, you know? So
Yes.
don't lower your how do you say don't lower your uh when you're
Defenses
boxing.
or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Don't lower your
You know?
defense. Keep it up there all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Fantastic. Listen, Eduardo, it's been a pleasure chatting to you today, and lots of good information there. And if people
Thank you,
want to
Tom.
go in and have a conversation with you or get in touch with you, what is the best way for them to do so?
They can find me on LinkedIn with my name, Eduardo Gonzaga, or they
Yeah.
can drop me an email, eduardo@livinggroup.com. Our social medias, we have like Living Ireland for our business in Ireland, so they can reach there as well.
Okay.
I'm more than welcome. I love to talk about businesses, help people. So it's a good
Excellent.
experience to share.
Well, it's great to have that open. So that's Levin, guys. It's LEVIN group.com. Eduardo, many thanks indeed. Look forward to hearing more success from you in a couple of years' time.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.